Hello budding mamas, welcome to our channel. So to give a quick intro, I'm Kirtana and I am a budding mama. I'm sharing my motherhood experiences and I hope it will be helpful for all the budding mamas out there. So today is my last day of breastfeeding and I thought of sharing my breastfeeding journey with you people. So I hope this video will be useful for all the budding mamas out there. Let's get into the video. In this video, I'll be sharing my breastfeeding journey, the major mistakes I have made, and few tips that I have learned throughout this journey, and also how I am stopping my breastfeeding. Let me start with my breastfeeding journey. So it was like filled with mixed emotions and a beautiful yet hard journey. I can hardly split it into 5 parts, like 5 phases. The first phase starts even before delivery. So when I was like around 5 months of pregnant, I had like milk leakage and I consulted my gynecologist and got to know that it's normal for most of the pregnant ladies and there is no issues regarding that, and we shouldn't like try expressing the milk, except that we should just leave it as such. The second tip is like even before delivery, I got this tip from my mom and grandmother. So they told to pull out the nipple, so it will be like really helpful for feeding the baby once after delivery. So this was like the first phase, and moving to the second phase, it is like 0 to 3 months after delivery, which is the hardest phase. It was the hardest phase for me. My body is healing and the baby is like very delicate. I couldn't sit properly, the baby needs support, so there were a lot of things to be considered. So you really need help during this period. I was fortunate enough, I had my parents around and also my loved ones, and they helped me through this phase. During this period I also had cracked nipple issues, so that phase was also tough. And another issue was like I was suffering from piles, so I had to stand and feed the baby few times, and it was really hard phase. I was fortunate enough to have people around me to take care of me and the baby, and they were supporting me a lot. One thing I made sure during this period was to pause and like enjoy the moment, feel the moment, and feel grateful for whatever I'm having, for the baby and for the breast milk supply, for this relationship. And another thing is like I took this as a chance to bond with baby. So once the baby is born, it's not like you bond at that moment. So it's a bond which grows gradually. So this breastfeeding period, it's like a very good time to bond with your baby, and I took advantage of that. So it was a very nice, hard yet beautiful experience. And moving to the next phase, it's like 3 to 6 months. I was getting better, the baby was also getting a good support, and so gradually I started like taking care of things alone. I started to feed her, handle her alone. So until 6 months it was like exclusive breastfeeding. I made sure I'm not giving any solids during this period. Okay, moving to the next phase, it's like from 6 months to 1 year, it was again smooth and I was better now, and baby is also growing. I started introducing solids and she was like coping up with that very well as well, and the milk supply of mine was also good, so it was like feeding as well as along with introduction of solids. So again it was a beautiful experience. I didn't need pillow anymore, I could handle her very well, and the bond between us was like very good and very nice. Coming to the final phase, now she's around 1 year, 1 month, and she's good with solid foods, and I'm planning to resume my career. So I thought it's a good time. Actually, we thought it's a good time to stop. So here we are, and I'm done with breastfeeding for her, and it's quite emotional, and I'm grateful for this period as well. Breastfeeding has really given me a great time to bond with my baby, to enjoy, like few moments which only a mom could experience. These days can only be experienced and it cannot be expressed in any ways. So I hope all the budding mamas are having a good time with your baby. Moving to the next topic, so I am sharing the major mistakes that I have made during this breastfeeding journey. Major mistake that I have done during this breastfeeding journey is like, the first one is like, before delivery I used to pull the nipple out, but not so frequent. I think it should be like in a regular, you should do that every single day, so it will be really helpful after delivery. It will prevent you from sore and cracked nipples. So though I got advice from my parents, I didn't do that so much regularly. I did whenever I got time, but I regret that now. I should have done that regularly. The next mistake is like not educating me for delivery. So I was waiting for delivery to keep myself educated about the breastfeeding. Though I got few advices, I saw few videos, I was not like really ready for breastfeeding. I think it's very important to educate yourself about breastfeeding so that you could avoid unwanted advices. The third biggest mistake is not asking for help. I think it's one of the right time to ask for help. It's nothing wrong, and of course people around you are loving you. They are there to support you, especially during this tough phase. So do not hesitate to ask for help. They will be surely supporting you during this time. The first thing is to trust your body. The second thing is to hydrate yourself regularly. So keep hydrating yourself. Since you're giving milk, it's important to hydrate yourself. And the third one is eating healthy. It is very important to avoid junks, include a lot of fruits and vegetables. The next step is to keep yourself clean and hygiene, and also the baby. The final tip is to use the feeding time wisely. I would like really recommend on this. First thing is, use this time to connect with your baby. You'll not get this time ever in your life. The second thing is, I know we can't connect with the baby every time, so maybe you could read a book. You could take the time to connect with your friend or relative over a call. You can use this time to drink something, to drink water, to hydrate yourself, or maybe you can use this time to eat something to refresh yourself, or just you can like sit and use that as a meditation time to get rid of negative thoughts, to get of those negative feelings that's running inside your mind. So I highly recommend to use this feeding time wisely. Though I have made few mistakes, I have missed most of the times, I highly recommend doing that. I also recommend avoiding mobile phones during feeding. You can use then and there, but not regularly, like when you're feeding. I know it's easy, like just sitting and scrolling is easy, but still you have to avoid it. Coming to stopping the breastfeeding, ours is like mother and baby led weaning. So even I decided to resume my career, so I decided to stop, and she is also like showing her interest towards the solids and other foods. So I think it's the right time for us. I stopped 1 feed per day gradually. So initially I stopped during the daytime, and then I stopped during the night time, and she also adopted well, and my body was also feeling good. Yeah, so that is all about my breastfeeding journey and other things related to it. I hope this video is useful for all the budding mamas out there. Breastfeeding is a beautiful journey. I recommend you to enjoy every second before it's too late, and also be grateful. In case of any doubts or any other video recommendations, you can comment me. If you're new to my channel, do subscribe, support, and share this video to all the budding mamas out there. Thank you. Bye bye, mommies.